Imagine being a top advisor to a U.S. president, privy to the nation's most guarded secrets. Now, picture yourself facing federal charges for allegedly mishandling that very information. That's the situation John Bolton, former national security advisor under President Donald Trump, finds himself in. He surrendered to authorities on Friday after being indicted on serious charges related to classified information. But here's where it gets controversial. Bolton claims this is all politically motivated, a form of retribution from Trump himself. Is he right? Let's dive into the details. John Bolton, a prominent figure in American foreign policy, arrived at the federal courthouse in Greenbelt, Maryland, just after 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, marking the start of what promises to be a closely watched legal battle. Prior to his appearance, NBC News reporters observed him leaving his residence in Bethesda, Maryland, in a black SUV. The charges against Bolton stem from a federal grand jury investigation into whether he improperly retained and handled classified materials after his departure from the Trump administration. Specifically, the indictment details a laundry list of alleged offenses, 8 counts of transmitting national defense information, and 10 counts of unlawfully retaining such information. To put it simply, prosecutors believe Bolton didn't just accidentally keep classified documents. They allege he actively shared them in an unsecure manner. And this is the part most people miss. The information wasn't just sensitive. It was classified as top secret. According to the indictment, which is a public document available for review, Bolton is accused of using personal email accounts and messaging applications to transmit highly sensitive documents. These documents allegedly contained intelligence regarding potential future attacks, details about foreign adversaries, and insights into foreign policy relationships. Think about this. If these allegations are true, the potential damage to national security could be immense. Furthermore, the indictment claims that Bolton illegally kept documents containing national defense information at his home. These documents allegedly included intelligence on leaders of an adversary nation and information that could reveal sources and methods used to gather intelligence on a foreign adversary. This is more than just a paperwork issue. It goes to the heart of protecting sensitive intelligence operations. Bolton, however, vehemently denies any wrongdoing, framing the charges as politically motivated. In a statement released on Thursday, he asserted that Trump is seeking retribution against him, stemming from Bolton's refusal to back down in publishing his book before the 2020 election, a book that Trump allegedly tried to block. Now, I have become the latest target in weaponizing the Justice Department to charge those he deems to be his enemies with charges that were declined before or distort the facts, Bolton stated, suggesting a pattern of political persecution. His attorney, Abby Lowell, echoed this sentiment, arguing that the charges are based on information that was already investigated and resolved years ago. Lowell claims that the charges relate to portions of Bolton's personal diaries, records that are unclassified, shared only with his family, and known to the FBI since 2021. He emphasized that his client did not break the law. It's worth noting that Bolton isn't the only Trump critic to face legal scrutiny recently. The Justice Department has also brought charges against New York Attorney General Letitia James and former FBI Director James Comey. James was charged with falsely claiming a home in Virginia was her second residence to obtain favorable loan terms, while Comey was charged with making false statements and obstruction of a congressional proceeding. Both have denied the charges. Some see a troubling pattern here, while others argue that these are simply instances of individuals being held accountable for their actions, regardless of their political affiliations. But is it a coincidence? That's a question many are asking. The Bolton case raises significant questions about the handling of classified information and the potential for political motivations within the Justice Department. Is Bolton truly being targeted for political reasons? Or is he being held accountable for mishandling sensitive national security information? Could this case set a precedent for how former government officials handle classified materials after leaving office? And perhaps most importantly, how can we ensure that the Justice Department remains impartial and free from political influence? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below.